Our friends Phil and Mitch.
Dude, this is so wild.
Of Wayland are here, and we've supplied them with crooked microphone cords and microphones that were used for.
Yes, these are called L cables.
Yeah. That's great.
Yes.
I
know that because I'm in a band.
You're in a band.
We work in the industry.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
That's crazy
Me too,
how
and I
stupid
didn't
those
know
look.
those were called L cables. They'd work great if there was a stand, which we didn't
Yes.
bother to find
Yeah.
today. So I think
Thank
those
you.
microphones were last used in the multi-purpose room for a school assembly.
Yeah.
And everything's fine. Actually, the one that Phil is holding was used
NPR.
that was used for the film The Last Tour, right?
Yeah, with Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
I think we
Jason
may have-
Segel.
Is
that
it
was
really?
shot. Yeah.
Wow. That's why it has the NPR on it.
They put that sticker
Okay.
on there because the old GRD studio was used to film an NPR interview with the author whose name I can never remember, as portrayed by Jason Segel.
But the
Shel
reason-
Silverstein.
That's not right.
The reason that they picked this building, they needed a building that had a dated radio station
It's
in
true.
it. And they were like,
It
well,
had
I
to look
bet
like
that
it
made
was
you
from
feel
the
really good.
90s.
that
Yeah,
was perfect.
it
Yeah.
did.
It did. Yeah. And then
being in Hollywood.
the old sales offices on the other end of the building, which is now a hotel, portrayed the offices of Rolling Stone, which Rolling Stone couldn't have been pleased about that. This is very bland. Anyway,
I don't
guys,
know. A lot of music history happened for us in that office.
Yeah, absolutely.
true.
It did.
It's true.
It did.
It's true.
very true. Well, welcome, you guys. We haven't seen you in a year and a half, probably. I mean,
Probably,
pre-pandemic,
I think
certainly.
It was December
Been a
of
while.
a couple years ago.
Mitch and Phil of Wayland, the band in town, will be playing tonight in Ludington.
yeah.
That's right.
I know you guys have always supported the Ludington Orioles and all of their high school sports, but
Oh,
also
yeah.
you love
Absolutely.
the community and the lake.
Yeah. We're going to make it the game tonight before the show.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
no,
a good,
not really,
good
but
idea.
We'll be supporting them from
You're
afar.
singing the
Yeah.
national anthem at the Ludington Orioles football game tonight?
I'll be
hey,
thinking
if
of
anybody's
them.
listening, I'll do it.
I bet you would, right?
I'll do it. I'll
Right.
get down there. Yeah, for sure.
They want you to talk sing it, though, Mitch.
Yeah,
Oh,
talk
How are you going
that-
to do it?
Can you talk sing the national anthem? I
Yeah,
don't think
you
it.
absolutely can.
You could.
Like Johnny
Of
Cash would have
course.
done it. Yeah, like he'd have just
course.
played some guitar thing and.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Absolutely.
could, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's something to keep in mind. Don't do that.
We'll work
Okay.
on it.
All right.
now
But then
for-
tomorrow night at the Wayland Hot Air Balloon Festival, which started as just an escape plan for some of the locals, but has turned into a wonderful event. You guys will be playing that. So,
Yeah, we are so excited not only to be out, but to be home. You know?
what was
Yeah.
it? So, how long? Because you guys are a band that from the moment you started, we were just talking the other day. Like, what year did we meet you? I'm going to say like 2009.
No.
Yeah, I
No.
would have thought so.
No. It was,
2012, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it that recent?
But
Wow.
still
Huh.
a long
I mean,
time
still
ago.
a
It was,
while,
yeah.
but-
And since we've met you, for the most of that time, you have been on the road like 300 days a year or more.
Yeah, we did that for a while. That was like, we didn't know anything else. We had to
Right.
get out there and build a fan base. We
Yeah.
had to get out there and get our music out, and we didn't know how else to do it.
But you
So-
spent like the last year living in a cactus or something, right?
Yeah, pretty close.
pretty
we
close.
it was kinda
Amongst the cacti.
Oh,
Yes,
the
amongst
cacti.
Cacti. Right, Joe. Thank you.
We finally came off the road to make a record right before the pandemic, and then it hit. And I don't know if you guys follow or saw, but we just happened to go to Miami, Florida, to play a private party for a celebrity dentist the week of March 12th.
A celebrity dentist.
Is he the one who killed the lion?
No, he does all the Miami Heat. He does all
Okay.
the,
He did Michael
the grills.
Jackson.
And,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
He
all
does,
right.
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We met him on the Bon Jovi cruise, and we went there
pretty
just to
crazy.
play his birthday party for the weekend,
That's cool.
and then the whole world shut down.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
So we stayed at his house for 40 days.
you did?
Are you serious?
Oh my
No,
God.
I didn't know that part.
Yes.
Gosh.
Like with him,
Wow.
or was
Yes,
he
with him
like
and his family.
Yeah, with him and his family.
He
Yeah.
kept going, I'll just, don't, because we were staying in Los Angeles, which was like super locked down. They were giving tickets for going outside, and
Yeah, right.
you had to show proof of like being an essential worker just to get on a plane for a while. And so he'd be like, I'll just stay a couple more days. And stay a couple more days. Well, we only packed for the weekend. So like,
Did he give you clothes? Did you go?
Yeah,
well,
we did.
Was
We
it like
actually
Pre-worn
did.
dental scrubs
Yeah.
for 38 days.
We,
And your
we didn't have
teeth
any
are
clothes.
impeccable.
He gave me original Jordans to work out in.
Wow.
Jeez.
The original Jordans from like '84. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, are you sure? He was like, dude, I've got like 7 pairs. It's totally cool.
I looked like Miami club guy because I was like wearing all of his clothes, like, white jean shorts and floral shirts.
What?
That's all he had.
This is crazy, man.
It's the truth.
Like, how old
It is
were the
the
kids?
truth.
There were no kids.
Oh, I thought his
No
you
children.
said his family. I
Only
just assumed there were kids.
situation.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Like,
Slam
does he
was
have-
cool.
did he have, like,
he had a
daughters in
family,
their
he had a
20s too?
family of gorgeous Brazilian women.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
So it was not the worst time.
Well, it sounds,
Like, what did they do there?
hang
Well,
out.
What we did is we immediately started going live every day and launching this like quarantine
I
concert
remember
series.
that.
Yeah. I had
And
to block
honestly,
you.
Yeah, I bet. We just we wanted to stay connected with our fan base. And
Yeah.
by the end of it, I think we felt more connected than we ever
Yes,
have been.
I would agree with that.
And we put out a song called "Be the Lion," and we dedicated it to the essential workers, which were called the essential warriors.
Yeah.
Launched some merch and stuff. So like every day we would wake up and we would have these like ridiculous segments. Like we did this Fitness with Phil live, which I would never work out. Mitch would just like do a workout for people in their homes that were in quarantine.
Yeah.
And then we'd play a concert at the end of the day. And we were there for 40 days, 40 nights. Finally left. It was stressful because it was awkward that we were in someone's home for so long.
It's hard to, yeah, that would be hard. I'm sure they were very accommodating and they were
So
probably happy to
cool.
have you.
So
but
cool.
also, I'm sure they were happy when you left. Not because
Yes.
it's you, but
We've
just,
not been invited
you know.
back since.
I was going to ask, yeah, how did that go down? Were you guys like, sorry, but we have to leave? And he was like,
It was just like
"No, hang
after
out
a month
more."
and a
It was
half,
time.
it was like
time.
yeah, we kept changing the ticket and they didn't want us to go. Actually, they were super cool. But anyway, we ended up going back to Los Angeles, and I think unemployment had finally kicked in by then.
Yep.
Yeah.
which
Yep.
is really hard to prove to the government.
I was
in a band.
Yeah, independent
deserve
contractor.
unemployment,
right?
Yeah. So there was a lot of just guessing on the paperwork, and finally went through. And I think Alyssa and I went to get an Airbnb out in Joshua Tree, which I'd never been to Joshua Tree. I just kind of heard
It's
of it.
amazing, yeah.
I wanted to get away from the city because LA was super weird, still is. And we were like, why would we ever go back to the city? Like it was beautiful out there. There was all these artists hanging, and so I called Mitch. I think you went home to see your mom in
I
Indiana.
did. Yep.
I was like, dude, we got to move out to the desert. And you were super freaked out.
I was pretty freaked out for
Like,
sure.
Why
Yeah.
would we ever move out into the middle of nowhere?
Like, okay, so when you say out in the middle of nowhere, you decide to leave your.
It's like Shelbyville, Michigan, but outside of LA. It's like
Okay, so
really
it's a
small
long
town.
You have to really want something to go get it.
Yeah, but there was houses available, and it was only
Probably a
2
lot
hours
cheaper.
outside of LA, and it was like we weren't doing anything. Like studios were closed.
Yeah.
So we rented a house, which we hadn't had a home in a couple years at that point.
Yeah.
We built a studio, and we started recording songs. And we came out of that with 14 songs recorded, which now we're starting to release the music.
You should call the album Joshua Tree.
I was super bummed to find out. I thought that was like written and recorded there. It wasn't at all.
Oh, no kidding.
No.
You would
Yeah.
have been the authentic
It
Joshua
has
Tree.
nothing to do with it.
It's because Bono's a liar.
Yeah.
I think that's the moral of the story.
And he loves AIDS.
He's
Yes,
a
he loves
big
to help
advocate.
people.
Yes. Yeah. He loves helpers.
So we were in the desert for a year.
Yep.
Exactly 1 year.
Exactly a year.
Which was great because there was nobody around. It was a small town. We just stayed in that garage and recorded a bunch of songs. But it was a super reflective time. Like
Yeah.
we got to write all these tunes about what we had gone through with people in our lives. A
Yeah.
lot had changed with band members and wives and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. How did that change the music?
Well, it was. I think everything got really honest really
Yes.
quick.
And also, we were doing it ourselves. There
Yeah.
wasn't a producer in there with us.
Wasn't somebody telling you how they thought you should do it?
Exactly. We
Yeah.
got to decide exactly what Wayland sounded like and what Wayland was going to express.
And that, whenever you're doing a record with somebody, like we've worked with some amazing producers, from Jude Cole to Justin Reimer. We've watched these people make records, and it's always their version of Wayland.
Yeah.
In a way. Like I can't
Yeah.
help it. That's how they hear music. So it's this was just our version of Wayland. And
Yeah.
it was really exciting to finally hear it come alive and be like, wow, it sounds exactly like Mitch. It sounds exactly like us, and it rocks. And you're putting these pieces together, and there was no rush. Like any
Yeah.
other record we've ever done has been like, because we toured so much, it was stopping 3 days in Memphis and record some guitars, and stop in LA for a day, and we got to
That sounds kind of awful.
listen
Like
to it
kind
the
of
next day.
pressurized.
We didn't know anything different,
Sure.
So it was always that. But
Yeah, that makes
the
sense.
cool thing, what we've never got to experience, and Philip produced the entire album, those songs that we did in the desert.
Mitch just sat around.
I just sat around, did nothing.
Well, you didn't want to move there. I don't
no,
blame you.
no, I got a
Time to be
fan.
fussy.
I got a fan and just sat on the couch.
You're the lead singer.
No,
Come on.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
So
I mean,
we
what
would
do you
wake
need
up in the
wild
morning,
picks
though.
for?
We'd wake up in the morning and grab coffee and just go in there and work through parts. And sometimes we would keep them, and sometimes we would come back in the afternoon and redo them.
Yeah.
And there was just no pressure, and it was like everything was from the heart, everything was from the gut, and
Sounds great.
it was fantastic.
Man. It was
yeah.
so
I mean,
cool.
probably. I mean, somewhere down the road, you'll look back at that and you'll say that was the good old days. Not that you won't have other good times,
Yeah,
but
it was
I
super
feel
weird
like
when we finished.
Yeah.
It's like, now what do we do?
yeah, we
But
got to
do
go
you
back
think-
out to the world.
Do you think that in the future, looking 5 years down the road, or whenever you're going to start writing again, is it going to be difficult if the world is kind of back to normal to go back to that?
No, I think
Or
it
do you
kind of
think
taught
you're
us a
gonna stick with
balance.
this?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we know that touring the way we did. I mean, if we could just be honest about it, like that tore our band apart. Like with
Pretty hard on
with
live.
Dean and Tyler.
You
and
can't
like
have
the four of us.
relationships outside of the bus.
Yeah, you
It's
can't.
impossible.
And no one else, or if you try, they're not going to understand that.
Right.
You know, so we have to find balance in our lives. Like that was really cute when we were 21 years old.
Yeah.
But we can do both. And then it's exciting when people see you on the road, and they're excited to get new music a lot
Yeah.
more often.
Well, and for you need. I mean, as much you guys, it didn't seem to upset the apple cart as much for you guys.
No.
But you still need.
But at the same time,
That
when
balance
you have
is
that
pretty
rest-
important.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
have that rest, you go, oh, this is what this feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
supposed to
wow.
always feel pressure and tired.
Exactly. This is important for us to do.
Yeah.
But I think one thing that won't change as we're starting to talk to other producers and other people that are coming into our lives, Philip really stepped up and produced an incredible record.
Did you become Philip in the desert?
Yeah, I go by Philip.
I've always called him Philip.
Philip.
I remember.
Sir Philip.
Felipe.
Phil sounds like blue collar. Philip sounds like a guy who eats brie and tells people to shush.
Thank you for that. I'll call him Phil from now on. But he, like as we're starting to talk to other people, and this album is getting us attention from people that we want to work with. As he's talking to him on the phone, they're agreeing. They're like, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you co-produce the record? Why wouldn't you co-produce this track? Because what an incredible job you
That's
did.
awesome.
And I don't want the Wayland that was before, or something that I conceived. I want the Wayland that Phil hears.
You're not looking to other people for our sound,
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
And what's cool about it? So we finished that, and then we made a couple music videos, and Mitch wrote, directed, and produced the music videos.
I mean, Mitchell?
Awesome.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Mitchell,
Mitchell, that's
Mitchell's
right.
still
Thank you for
over
that.
here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you're a director,
Now,
you're Mitchell.
I'm a professor.
Mitch and Phil from Wayland in studio. Wayland will play tonight in Ludington, and then more locally in Wayland tomorrow at the Hot Air Balloon Festival.
Yeah.
Now, you sent me a preview of the album, and my first thought was I could tell that it was more you guys, less outside influence. Like I could still hear what I'm used to,
Of course.
with Wayland, but I also heard some of the influences just that we've talked about when we've been off the air.
Oh, sure.
Like, and other artists, and kind of, it just seemed like as I'm listening to it, one, I liked it, and I think people are going to love it. And then two, I thought this is their album.
Yes.
This
cool.
is the one that is closest to who they are.
Absolutely.
Thus far.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a journey. I'm sure the next one will think, oh, what were we thinking on the last one? But whatever.
Yeah. Right?
And it's been fun to get out there and play him on stage.
What was it like first time back on stage?
Exciting.
Really
Overly exciting.
Yeah.
Could
Yeah.
hardly handle it. Like broke
bet.
3 strings
Yeah,
per
you
song.
play really fast.
This is great. Our first show back was Sturgis, South Dakota. So it was
Good
like
Lord.
giant stage and thousands of bikers.
Yeah.
It was
Everybody's
awesome.
vaccinated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what made it so exciting.
You never know what you're going to get.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah, they said it was a super not spreader event.
A listener from Grand Rapids has this question, and it's a great question. So you played the birthday gig, going backwards. You talked about playing the birthday gig for the dentist, a private gig in Miami.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you ended up, because COVID hit and wiped out everyone going anywhere,
Yeah.
you stayed at their house for 40 days.
Yes.
Did you still get paid for the gig?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
pretty awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
Was there any part of you that was like, maybe we should give that money back? You shouldn't have.
No, we needed it.
Okay.
They knew that. They knew
Yeah.
that. I mean,
But
we're-
I don't
we're
think you should have.
yeah,
I'm
we're
just
sitting
saying
there
there would be
working
that
things
part of you
out.
that's like, oh, we really
over
need to-
dinner, Alyssa and Phil and I are trying to figure out our next step, and they're watching this. They're seeing it.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be going on the road, and we're going, what are we going to do? And they're going, what are you going to do for money? And we're like, well, we don't know.
We'll play for you again right now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So they were like a part of the conversations.
Yeah.
They understood what the dire situation that not only the rest of the world was in, but like a touring rock and roll band. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You guys were going through this insane thing together. So
This was hard for
Makes sense.
bands that had all sorts of support systems and everything else in place. Not that you didn't, but that had, further down the road
you're
or
right
a
on
different
track.
spot in their
You're right
career.
on
Yeah,
track,
I'm sure it was
yeah.
impossible. You think about that, like comedians and everybody else where they were dependent on that stage time. The people who worked at those venues, like it's just
it's
gone.
So
Oh
many.
my
All the
God.
people
Not telling you
employed,
anything you don't
exactly,
know. Yeah. Well, let's have you play a song.
Let's play a song.
Joe, can you swing your mic out for Mitch? Will that work?
Probably. Yeah.
And then Phil, I know you do some backing vocals.
Oh,
You're just going to
it's
yell?
okay. I'll yell some stuff.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't have better for you.
Yeah. No, see what happens. I think it'll be
No
fine.
way. I always love singing in between a divider.
yeah, it's funny.
We can take that down.
Yeah.
No, this is great. This is great.
It's like a sound booth. It's like a vocal booth.
We want to
It's off here.
play the first song that I think it reached number 1 on WGRD when we started, coming. We were here in Grand Rapids,
Yeah.
and JT, Shopping for a Savior hit the radio,
Yeah.
and then we all of a sudden got rushed out to Los Angeles to record a record, and Intersection was selling out with a day's notice, and it was just awesome. And this song kind of got us in the door here. Welcome to My Head.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, hey, sorry.
We're gonna tune the guitar. Real
I was
quick.
going to say, I'm no expert, but
I-
something
we've
sounds
done this
funky.
before, and
Actually, we were jamming yesterday,
Yeah.
and then we had it in a different tuning, and it's like
oh boy,
guitar is.
that's we just like to prove there's not backing tracks. Here.
Have you heard our show? Like how much we mess up?
Yeah.
Like it's like
You know
you're doing
what?
this to make us feel
Yeah,
better about
No,
ourselves.
No, this has happened.
There
This
we
happens a
go.
lot, like music is.
I heard Metallica and Miley Cyrus together on Stern yesterday, and they had a much bigger problem getting started than this.
Oh, really?
They did. And that was what she was performing with them to celebrate the 30th or 40th? Yeah, of Master of Puppets. Ooh.
Look at that.
Hot Wings, way to go.
Mike-
Changing.
We got a mic stand and everything.
Yeah, Mitch, you still stand on the other side of the acrylic, though. All right. Much better. Thank you, Hot Wings.
Take two. Bend the spoon, break the chain, kill the curse living in my brain. I'm a voodoo doll stuck 1,000 times, a shaman's pain in my mind. Shelter from the past, going nowhere fast. Try to fight, but I'm knocked down. Welcome to my head, running from who we are. Won't get you too far. Wanna fly, but I'm shot down. Welcome to my head, yeah. Silence comes like a scream in the night, crazy in my dreams. Minutes burn right through my days, doing time in this maze. Yeah. Shelter from the past, going nowhere fast. Try to fight, but I'm knocked down. Welcome to my head, running from who we are. Won't get you too far. Wanna fly, but I'm shot down. Welcome to my head. Shelter from the past, going nowhere fast. Try to run, I'm shot down. Welcome to my head, running from who we are. Won't get you too far.
and welcome to my head.
Thank you.
That's the first live music I've seen since COVID happened. And I loved it.
You know what? I think me
I
too.
just-
Now that you
Kelly,
mention
we're
it.
happy to
just-
be here for you.
Yeah, I just really needed like a beer and a whole crowd of people like
You're already
sweating
high.
up against me and just like cheering you on. That's what I needed. I loved it.
That was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, it's good to play. Gosh, it's good to have a reaction. Oh my gosh. We
Yeah.
like playing to the internet all the time, like just
Right.
to our cell phones.
Right?
Like the Facebook
That's a
Lives
weird
and all
feeling,
that.
right?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
But that
It's
was
great.
such a great way to put music back out because when everything started happening, the weekend that everything shut down here in Grand Rapids, I had tickets to see somebody Friday night and then tickets to another show on Saturday. And I know this sounds so stupid, but at the time I was like, if we could just hold off shutting everything down for 2 more days so I can get my fix. And the assumption was, and then in 6 weeks, everything will go back to normal. And now it's
Right,
been
right.
18 months. And I look back on that. And my first concert is supposed to go to see one of those bands. And the fear is now with everything happening still, it's not going to happen. So having bands give the opportunity for Facebook Lives or on their website and or streaming through event venues and things like that, it's been so awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys mentioned when the first gigs you played, after that, you could see the audience react like it was emotional for them, sort of like what Kelly was talking about now,
Immediately.
just being in the studio. And just you watch when fans came back to the NBA or stuff like that. It was you know, just anything that's a little bit normal. It feels so good.
Yeah,
One
it
of
does.
the most probably touching and overwhelming experiences just happened 2 nights ago. You guys remember Metalhead Ned?
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, he's out.
Longtime
he's out
GRD
at Rock-
employee?
Yeah, he's out at Rock 108 in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Yeah.
And we went and played out there at like an outdoor, little spacious kind of like it's like a biker thing.
Yeah.
And he came out and he was like, I mean, he was in tears.
Yeah, it was.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He's an emotional guy, but
Oh,
like,
he is.
he
He's
really
very
realized
passionate about
how,
music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how much
Oh, yeah.
he'd missed it and how much he
Yeah.
had gone through during COVID. He had a child.
Yeah.
Like so much has happened in his life without music.
Yeah.
So
That's a good dude.
it put it. Oh my god,
He's a good
great
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
He was banned from all karaoke in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
He was.
Getting too out of control at a WGRD event.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
I believe that.
That sounds right, too.
Yeah,
Kick over tables
yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Well, he feels things.
yes.
You know.
yeah. He's a performer.
I'm gonna start kicking over tables. Like I feel things.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
You just don't understand me.
Yeah, yeah.
Flip your hair.
Someday you'll appreciate the passion.
What is, if you can think of something you haven't told us, what is the dumbest thing that's happened to you? Strangest thing, craziest thing, best road story since the last time we've seen you? Or, I mean, you shared one. You lived with a dentist for 40 days after, COVID started.
That
That's
was a
pretty
big
big.
one.
A
remember
dentist to
that
the
was a big one.
stars.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
No.
I remember last time you guys were here, you told us about it was the latest bus breakdown, and you were stranded somewhere for like 4 days because you were waiting on one part or something
Oh, yeah,
simple like
that's-
that.
There's always that's
That happens all
classic.
the time. When we first got back out, it was definitely a very different experience. It was the first time we had been. This last tour we did, we were in a van.
Yeah.
And it was, Mitch and I, our girlfriends travel with us now. My girlfriend manages the band, and his girlfriend Noemi sells merch, which is awesome. It's just like a family thing, but you got the rest of the band. It was a sound guy. There were 7 of us in the
in a van.
Okay,
So like, Alyssa was sleeping between the seats
Yeah, the
on
girls
the floor.
the girls
Oh,
slept
that's
on the
fun.
floor.
That's fun.
And you can
Troopers.
barely see them. I've got pictures on my phone. It's hilarious. and everybody takes up all the bench seats, and you just do your best. You should probably tell them the statistics of us leaving Los Angeles, the 17
Oh
hours.
my
to,
god! Our first couple drives.
So we even before we got to a show, we didn't sleep for like 3 days.
Oh, my
The
God.
first drive, okay, we were going to our friends in Salt Lake City. We were heading out, and it was a 9-hour drive. Left at 6 in the morning because of like detours and stuff. It took 17 hours.
My
In
God.
the van with 7 people.
Yeah.
So then we like got there. I was like, okay, can relax. It was like 2 in the morning. We didn't. The next day, our load-in in Sturgis was like 7 a.m. So we had to leave at 6 p.m. to go overnight. That ended up taking 15 hours. Got there, played Sturgis, got back in the van, drove 15 hours to Dubuque overnight. It was like all these
I
long
hate
drives.
this.
My
This is
God.
No
awful.
sleeping.
We
It
were
was just-
fried.
Oh my God.
My voice wouldn't hold up because I wasn't sleeping.
I got to tell you,
It's
like,
very stressful.
after being in the desert for a year and a half and just seeing sand, we hit Iowa. There's all this like corn, It was so beautiful.
Isn't that funny? I'm sure
When
you've
corn
driven.
is beautiful.
Isn't that
How many
crazy?
times do you think
Oh,
you've driven
yeah.
across Iowa and been like, snooze,
Yeah,
thank
man,
God I'm asleep.
Corn again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, pretty much from Chicago to Denver,
Yeah.
there's nothing on
Yeah,
I-80.
it's
So
true.
So literally by the end of that tour, we knew we needed to relocate back to the Midwest, or back to this kind of a more central part of the country. We
Yeah.
missed.
Yeah,
We-
it
you
makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So,
need to
Right.
see a little water sometimes.
absolutely.
yeah, so that
So
was-
playing tonight in Ludington, tomorrow night in Wayland. Are you on
Yes.
last?
We are.
Oh yeah,
You are?
we're last.
I
Mitch
assume
has
so.
got this thing where he's actually during Reno at the end, he's gonna get into a hot air balloon and be lifted off the stage.
Yes.
Are you-
right?
like the
Wait,
Wizard
really?
of Oz. Like the Wizard of
that
Oz.
is
Yeah.
fantastic.
I'll wave.
That's awesome.
Little thing
Find
you got
out where I end
worked
up.
out.
You know, I don't
Yeah.
know where I'm going.
They usually
Yeah.
come down.
Today's a big
Will
day.
you be in the basket alone?
Yes.
That's awesome. Like, who knows where Mitchell will go?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitch
He
has-
doesn't.
Mitch has spent COVID becoming a ballooner.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He gets
we're
shot
called
down over
pilots.
over Windsor.
This text from a listener in New Jersey. When they said driving through Iowa was good to see corn, I definitely thought he said porn and was confused.
You
would
can
have
find
been
that there
well
too.
done. See that
Yeah,
Iowa porn.
they
Yeah,
probably
right.
have a lion's
No,
den.
it's
so
corn.
many Lions
With
dens.
a
Oh,
C.
God.
Corn. Corn.
When was the last shower you had at a truck stop?
Oh, a couple nights
just
ago.
the other night,
Yeah,
we
right.
stopped at the biggest truck stop in the world.
Oh, the one
In
out in
Iowa.
I-80?
Oh,
yeah.
That thing's a
Yeah.
dream come
So-
true.
Yeah.
I love truck stop showers.
They're
This is such a Midwestern thing happening
They're
right
very
now.
nice.
I'm
It's like a
loving it.
whole
Are
I
they?
really
Yeah.
am.
Without
They
a
keep 'em
bed.
clean.
They're so clean. The pressure.
It's a good
is
place to meet
insane.
people.
It can knock you down. If
Okay,
you're not
I
ready
do
for
like
Oh,
it.
that's
that.
nice. That does sound nice.
Fresh towel. Like
All
on
right.
the road, we were touring all that. Like we were doing like the 300 days a year. That was the only time I got to be alone.
Yeah.
Wait, like
I
they
would like-
provide the towels though? You said fresh towels. Like they give you towels?
Yes, they give you
What the
towels.
hell?
Gorgeous towels.
And you can
Would
spend
you
as
rather
long as you
shower?
want in there.
Okay, take a good truck stop shower.
You
Like
know
a
what I
good
mean,
one.
Joe?
The best.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would you rather shower in there or at a hotel?
I'm gonna go truck stop.
Really?
honestly.
I'm gonna go hotel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it all depends, like what level we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you never quite know with a hotel. You don't know if this is gonna be I'm tall, so like a shower.
It's gonna
head
be
is
in the middle of your
Oh,
shoulder
that's
blades.
true.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Or like they can have a weird shower head where it just shoots out. And
Yeah, I
the
hate
Or
water
you
that.
just end up
stream.
standing in water the whole time.
Oh,
Right.
I hate
Oh,
that too.
gross.
I hate that so
Or
much.
the- you
Pilot
can't figure
or
the
what?
handle
No,
out,
You're getting a
and it's
full spa treatment
Yep.
in there pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah. And there's corn dogs to boot.
we're gonna play your
Fried burrito.
I'm sold.
we're gonna play your new single in a moment called "How Long." The video for that debuts on YouTube today at noon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Search Wayland the Band on
I'm
YouTube.
nervous. Even hearing you say that, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah,
Like
Mitch
no,
did-
because of your
made it.
you even more involvement. You made it, as, as
even
Philip
past
said.
that, I don't know. I feel like the song is really personal.
Yeah,
Getting back in touch with the Wayland Warriors has been really, emotional.
I can see that.
And just being able to put out content like this that
Mhm.
is so close to the heart is like, it's like, wow, man, no labels doing it for us. It's like,
Right.
this is us.
When
It's so
will people
cool.
be able to get the album?
It's hard to say.
Okay, that's not a date yet.
No, we
We've
just-
been here before.
There's
Yeah,
one
I feel
thing-
like that's
there's-
always the answer
we
with
stopped
you guys.
promising things like that. All we know is today at noon there's a video coming
Okay.
out.
Okay.
That's the
Can
only
people
thing I really
download?
Okay.
Can people download the single today?
Yes. It's
Yes.
out
On
right
iTunes and other
now.
places.
Yes.
Spotify, all that stuff.
Awesome.
Okay.
Radio stations are playing it across the country.
WaylandTheBand.com. On all of the socials, search Wayland the Band, and you will find them, including Instagram and everything
Yes.
else.
Yeah, we put all kinds of stuff out there. We like to share all the moments.
Well, that is awesome. Gentlemen, it's great to see you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Happy to be
seriously.
here. Thank you
so
guys.
good to see you guys.
You
And
too.
lady.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
This is the new single. What will the album? I forget the name of the album.
Joshua Tree.
That's right. What will the name of the album be?
It's going to be called On the Way.
On the Way. Is that because you always say it's on the way when I say when is the album coming out? Is that
I mean, it
what's
does
happening?
kind of seem that
that's
way.
That's the
yeah.
case.
All right.
Brilliant, man.
What do you want to
makes
tell
sense.
before I hit play? Because it starts hard with the vocals from the lead singer. What do you want to say anything about this single?
Yeah.
It stemmed from us sitting down, asking that question: how long is it going to be until we're back out together again? How long is it going to be until we're playing shows and singing songs, back to work, back in the gym, back being together? And I feel like there's a lot of people that have been asking that question, and even without a global pandemic, I feel like a lot of people can ask that. A college student can be asking that question: how long is it going to be?
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of where it came from, and it's a beautiful song.
Written in the desert?
Yeah, written. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
That's important to me.
And this gives
Wanna
us.
wheel.
Desert is a different place, man. It changed my life. It is weird.
You
out
wouldn't
there.
think, because people tell you that. They said, oh my God, like it's so expansive and wonderful, and it really did. The desert called.
Yeah.
It called us out there, and we got out, and it like showed us who we were, amongst all the stress, amongst everything that was happening. It reminded us what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it also reminded us that it was time to get the F out.
Yeah.
It was time to go.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
By the
to
way,
know.
in my mind, you say that, and then I check Instagram, and there's a picture of you in your driveway next to a Dollar General. Like, oh my God, the desert did not quite as far out as I thought.
No.
Because Dollar General is everywhere.
Yes, it is. It is.
All right.
Sadly.
Wayland, how long? They'll be appearing in Wayland tomorrow night after being in Ludington tonight. WaylandTheBand.com and everywhere else. This is How Long on 97.9 GRD. We'll see you.
How long must I leave the engine running for you to decide that maybe I'm worth something? Been driving for miles on empty. How long must I? How long? Not take the wheel, no matter where I go, from town to town on these gravel roads. In my rearview mirror, the words you said to me, I'd never be nothing, but someday I'll be someone you can see. Shining like I'm gold, I'll be shaking off the dirt, won't let my heart grow cold. Shining like I'm gold, I'll be shaking off the dirt, won't let my heart grow cold. Some people ride from day to day, some can't decide, so they fall away. I will survive. The words you said to me, I'd never be nothing, but someday I'll be someone you can see. Shining like I'm gold, I'll be shaking off the dirt, won't let my heart grow cold. Shining like I'm gold, I'll be shaking off the dirt, won't let my heart grow cold. How long must I leave the engine running for you to decide that maybe I'm worth something? Been driving for miles on empty. How long must I? How long? Whatever it takes, I'll never break down. There's no falling. My fate is calling. I'll never fade. Make no mistakes. However you call it. Believe me, I'm all in. I'm all in. Shining like I'm gold, shining like I'm gold. How long must I leave the engine running for you to decide that maybe I'm worth something? Been driving for miles on empty. How long must I? How long, yeah? How long must I leave the engine running for you to decide that maybe I'm worth something? Been driving